Good evening. Look how enthused I am. Just so enthused. So yeah, we're gonna give our two other players who were like, I'll be there, about 5 minutes. And if they don't show up, which is my policy at work, then it's like, well,
And I'm going to blow up the world.
5 minutes late is technically 15 minutes late in my book.
And I'm going to blow up the world.
I mean, that's something I've never understood about Minnesota is
There, we got three. We got three.
We got
True
three.
that. True that, though. Why the frick are Minnesotans late to everything? Why are we, though?
I'm not from Minnesota. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I know I know I was not always the best about it until I got to college, and then I was told I came into one of my first football meetings right on time, literally on the minute, and was told if you're on time, you're 15 minutes late. And then I got to run until people were tired of watching me run, which meant I vomited a few times.
Don't love that.
And after that, I was like, I'm not going to be late anymore because this is bullshit.
That's fair. That's reasonable.
So I don't know where our fourth is.
I don't know where Callin is.
Yeah. Especially since he was very much like, I'll be there. I'm going to quickly send him a message.
How's everybody doing?
So good. So good. It's so nice out now, finally. It like learned how to be in the 70s. Like, good job. Good job. It was like, we're going to go straight from 40s to like the 80s and just do like some thunderstorm vibes. And then today it was like, hey, remember nice weather.
remember early spring?
Remember when it used to be nice occasional? Yeah.
What?
I'm into it.
Yeah, I am also into it.
Down
Into it.
that, as the kids say.
Yes, I am definitely a human being.
Hello, fellow
I'm a real boy.
children.
I'm a real boy.
I'm a real boy.
I'm a real boy.
You're a monster.
Real boy sound.
That sounds like that mouse you guys ran into in Chaos Scar that was just like a potty mouthed.
That mouse was. I love that mouse. I'm gonna miss that mouse.
That mouse isn't going anywhere currently because I believe Ryan was like, "Oh, this mouse is my new best friend."
Oh, is he coming? I didn't remember like if the mouse came with, but like, sure, I'm down.
You have a mouse?
You two are with cardboard.
Just the like actual worst mouse.
Was the worst.
Like also like the best because I don't want to deal with it.
He just talked shit nonstop. It started off with them using like a speak with animals spell, and he was kind of lippy, and then of course one of the PCs was like, well, I got magic potions, let's just, and I was told not to give animals magic potions in this area because it's had ill effects in the past, but fuck it, let's do it. So it made him big for a while, and also made him to where he could just talk and was completely awakened at that point.
What's his name? It's like Jerf or something. It's like
I don't know why I named it.
I don't remember. Really delightful, honestly. It was
a very McElroy name. It was like
a very McElroy name, but like I feel like the mouse has very like Brennan Lee Mulligan, like, oh, you fucking want a mouse, like vibes.
It's a little.
You want a mouse?
Oh, you asked for this?
You want a mouse?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you want a mouse? Sure. Yeah.
Because we introduced a character that Cassandra used to play back in the day in Beyond the Wall, which was an awakened bear named Flower, who loves hats.
Loves hats. Very into hats.
So I was like, talks just like this, very like, hey, everything's great. And she's like a giant bear. But she also always is wearing a hat. And she will trade favors as long as you bring her hat.
That's perfection.
But one of the adventures we played in, she accidentally bathed in a pool that gave her immortality. Similar adventure where we had to fight oozes, where my character had to wear porcelain armor because oozes could not eat through porcelain.
Ew.
Not the best armor to wear though in a fight.
No.
Lives. Maybe.
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 Kind of, sort of.
TBD.
Can you, Colin? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Colin? You're muted.
Sorry. Yeah. No, I'm at a resort right now. I'm sorry.
Oh.
So yeah. Yeah, I can hear you though.
I mean, you don't have to play tonight.
I'm good. I'm good. Sorry. No. Sorry, I'm so late. Like the one link took me to like prep school, and it's just taking me a while to the computer I was going to use. I'm good. I'm sorry.
Right,
I had the same problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So last time we played, you guys ended up at Lost and Found. And
Truth.
as we wrapped on that, a large individual, excuse me, whose race I can't remember what they're called. All of a sudden. So that's what the internet's for. Carcharodon, excuse me, which are shark people. If anyone watched, I think Clone Wars was where we saw these dudes. Maybe the first time in canon. A Carcharodon who referred to your friend the matron as Lemon. And I believe that's where we left off.
The matron.
So you see this mask form just says Lemon.
Bring it in.
He reaches down and just engulfs you. He's massive. Most Carcharodons are like tall and skinny. He's wide. Very much like in the build of like a great white shark. Just absolutely massive. Girthy is a good word for it. You can see like scars all over. Wearing what looks kind of like a flight suit vest, but no sleeves, so you can just see like massive arms, and which kind of go down into almost like work overalls. And he kind of looks and he says, "This is possibly the most fortuitous thing I've seen in quite some time. Haven't seen you in a while. You could have called me."
Oh, sweetheart, I've been really busy, and you know how it is.
20 years.
I know. There's a lot that's happened, and believe
me, I've kept an eye on your exploits.
I know. I'm real bad about keeping in touch sometimes, but if it makes you feel any better, my own son
no.
has been forgetting my birthday. So
I have a surprise for you. I have a surprise for you.
Oh, you know, I like your
He
surprises.
puts his arm around you and looks at the other three, and he's like, it was a pleasure to meet you, but we'll be back soon. And he sort of walks you into a room.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Can I like actually read a sitch?
Yes.
I'm not dumb like giant shark man. Let's see. That's gonna be, let me see, with a, sorry, I haven't done this in a while. Read a sitch. Read a sitch. That's gonna be a 10.
Yeah. He's completely on the up and up. There's no malice involved. It is literally like he's as excited as you can remember him being. And so when he says, I've got a surprise for you, it means he has a legit surprise for you.
Okay.
And not like, I have a surprise for you.
Okay.
There's a thin line between I have a surprise for you and I have a surprise for you.
Yeah. That statement has gone both directions in the past.
I remember watching a documentary on postpartum mania and its correlation to bipolar. and there was a woman who was talking about the fact that she was sectioned after her birth of her child, and how that helped come to terms with her bipolar afterwards. And they asked her, like, well, what brought it on? She said there's a thin line between saying my child is the center of my universe and saying my child is the center of my universe.
That's so accurate.
And I was like, damn. So yeah, it's kind of the same thing here. So what are you three, Syrinx, what Honk, Owen, what are you guys doing?
I think that I am still fixing up this one over here who got his face smashed in and all of his other parts smashed in. So I'm stitching him up, literally.
Okay.
Yeah, I should be in a back to tank or something.
Since you guys didn't have access to one, you're just kind of fighting your way through it. Owen, what are you doing?
I probably was following Matron until the door got shut in my face.
Door shuts in your face and you're like looking around, you're like, huh. And what you realize, like I said, this is just a big like party. It's just a big bar, more or less, with the businesses attached to it.
She would not address that. Like she would at least
you're kind of
shoot
getting shuffled into this place. Like it is
fair. Okay.
I mean, this guy is massive. He is a big boy. So while Owen figures it out, Honk, you and Syrinx are kind of trying to triage wounds as you're like in this, like this is like the worst trip to a bar ever type of situation. When you hear almost like a digital voice that sounds like a carnival barker. Come and witness the greatness of Miriam Milbag's incredible concoction for healing. And you can hear this voice saying, louder, Reginald, louder. Come, witness, pay, witness. And you see a janky ass looking droid who's like almost looks like a protocol droid, but the lower body is just a stick down onto a tread droid. And you see a chonky near human wearing the most like absolutely on their last thread clothes in front of what looks to be a shop that is on its last legs.
Now you're speaking my language. Hello.
Oh, hello. I am Miriam, and I am a wonderful inventor, and I see that your friend here is in need of some menstruations. Is it? Come in. And he tries to usher you into this.
Right. I've been sprinkling back the packets all over. I don't have.
Oh, but I've got something.
Do you?
There's so
fantastic.
much.
What do you got?
Oh, but look at this. And he pulls back a curtain, and it's a Bacta tank. But the Bacta looks weird. It's my own concoction. I can only bring it out here this far out on the out into these regions because the Empire
you get some homebrew
quite the grip on things out here, and regulations are they're not really something that we talk about out here. It's sort of a freewheeling, every being for themselves out here. So
no, like I said, you're speaking my language. So what's in there? What is that? What do you say homebrew? What you got in there?
Oh, it's Bactricin. My own creation of Bacta. Trademark. It's
no, of course. Just like what are you working with? What's the basics? You don't have to tell me all the secrets. Just what I need to provide my patient with like approaching adequate medical care. So like I took an oath to do okay.
Yes, I'm telling you, it's healing solution.
Healing solution
from natural sources.
Okay.
No ingredients were added. This is all natural.
Oh, this is just from one source? Like you got this from somewhere?
No. Multiple natural things were put together in a controlled environment. And then, just let me show you. He leans over and he takes the vibro knife and he cuts his finger off.
Okay.
And then he climbs up and he reaches into the back tracing and puts his finger in there, and you watch it grow back.
Holy shit. Serix, get in there. Oh,
I mean, seriously.
That was amazing.
You can totally try it out for, let's say, 300.
Okay, so this thing's open right at the top?
Well, there's a seal on it. I opened the seal and then closed the seal.
Yeah, he's sanitary.
I want to grab his finger and smell it.
It smells fine. It's still dripping with this stuff.
It smells like a finger. It's fine. I'm a doctor. Trust me. Get in there.
No.
Get in there.
I ain't getting in there.
You're so fucked. You can't be more fucked up than you currently are. You have nothing to lose.
Why are you sniffing random fingers?
What if you grow an extra finger or an extra something else? You know, like,
I don't want extra fingers.
250. 250. It's as low as I can go.
50. They don't take a sixth of the price off immediately like that if it ain't good. Get in there.
How about we go somewhere? Oh, I'm doing your voice. Shit.
I don't like it when you do my voice. You should stop making fun of me. I'm your physician.
Listen, just put one of your wounded limbs in there, and then you'll know for yourself. Try it out. I'll only charge you $25 to try it.
How about we just go somewhere and find me some droid parts?
25 to just put something in to try it.
You do it.
If your leg falls off, I'll sell it and we'll get I'll split 50-50 with you. Nothing.
How about you cut your finger off and you put it in that back to tank?
Timu, Alabama.
Well, actually, because I'm okay. I'm fine.
His name is Timu, Alabama.
I ain't getting in there. I ain't getting in there for all the Purgil milk in the universe.
Timu Alabama swears by his tincture. I've already shown you what it does for me.
With a name like Timu, you know it's legit. Get in there.
Legit.
With a name Timu,
legit the best.
All the worst people across the galaxy are named Timu, or else they're named Makari, or else they got all these janky names. I ain't getting into it.
That is my brother.
I'm not getting in there.
Why?
I ain't getting in there.
Why?
Alias when the feds are on my tail.
Did we not agree to yes and when we
the color's wrong? It's gone. It's off. It's got to be off.
Put your arm in there or your leg.
You put your arm in there.
Fine. I don't know what. It's not going to prove anything.
Give me a small one.
Give me a what?
He stabbed you in the hand.
Oh my God! He just stabbed you in the hand.
Yeah, he just puts his hand in, fine.
Heals super quick. Actually, feels pretty good.
Feels good. There's not even a stab wound left. I don't even know if I hadn't witnessed myself get stabbed seconds ago. I wouldn't have known.
You also have a rush from this. You're
also, I'm feeling really good right now. Like there might be some space rum in there. Get in it.
20-minute treatment, 250 credits.
That's such a good deal.
But you have to write me a positive review once we've completed this transaction.
I'll write the review while you're in there.
Oh, I need him to also write a review. It's very important.
Okay. I don't know. If I'm gonna level with you though, I'm not sure he can read or write. So you should let me do it. I'll put his name on it.
I think I should have a say here instead of everyone haggling for me and telling I got agency, right? I ain't getting in there.
No, you're already in the tank, metaphysically.
I'm already in the tank.
You're in the tank.
Owen, you like look around
Your soul's
and
in the tank.
you see an empty spot at the bar closest to this door, to this private suite.
Okie dokie. So you said I found a spot closest to the door?
Yeah. So you're like on the edge of the bar, like literally within 5 feet of the door of this private suite.
And that's the one that Matron went in, right? Or
Yep.
is that the one that the
No, the boys went a different
Cactus
direction.
and Tank is in?
Yeah, they went into a different like private space, a different business area.
The champagne room.
Do you want to belly up?
Oh yeah, I'll belly up.
You belly up, and for 10 minutes, you just listen.
Mm-hmm.
And you are hearing the juiciest shit. This place is full of smugglers running stuff in from this Imperial controlled space into Happes Consortium space, which is right on the border, which is its own thing. You're hearing about weapons dealing, bounty hunting. You know, just like this place is you know, it's a wretched hive of scum and villainy with dancing.
I just kind of take it all in, and you
I
know.
miss this. Yeah, that's probably true. It might very well be. When someone gets up and leaves that was sitting next to you, someone slides in right next to you. And you kind of sit there in silence for a couple minutes. And then you kind of glance at the corner of your eye, and the person's looking right at you and slides a drink in front of you. And you know this person.
Okie dokie. I know this person.
As I live and breathe. How rare it is for our companies to intersect once again. You know this person is Veda Red, and you work with her in the ISB.
I was like, I'm sorry, you've been dating an X-Man? What the hell?
She was a social climber in the ISB, did really well. You were friends with this person, but also were completely on guard with them because you saw them use people up and spit them out to move up the ranks in the ISB. The exception is she never did this to you.
So she was the opposite of Owen, where Owen just kind of, you know, failed his way up.
Yeah, Owen who quiet quit the Empire Security Division. Veda was very much like was fast track, and she put herself on the fast track. Like, the Empire not exactly known as a great place for aliens or for women, and she's both. She's a Skirty, which I can't remember exactly what that looks like, but we're gonna find out real quick with the beauty of the internet.
Thanks.
She's like tall, bluish skinned. She has wings. She's dressed in what looks like almost like a cocktail gown. So she's dressed in civvies.
Okay. Well, this is a face I didn't expect to see.
Oh, you remembered who I am? I'm touched.
How could I forget?
Well, it's not by chance, Owen, that we come into each other's company again. Big shock, I know. The universe is not that small a place.
So first, let me just get this out of the way. And please, I don't mean this in the other way, but are you on the job right now?
She laughs, and she actually reaches out and almost pinches your cheek, and she says, Owen, dear, I am always on the job. It depends on who I'm working for and what I'm doing. But at the rank I've risen to, I can pretty much decide my jobs and how I pursue them.
So still doing the dirty work?
There is no work that's more fun or rewarding than the dirtiest of work. And from what I've been keeping up on you, you've been up to your own dirty work, just without the backing.
Yes, and that makes a world of difference.
Happy wife, happy life, I believe is the saying. I saw that you got hitched.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason I'm in intelligence.
Yeah.
So I'm coming to you with let's call it a proposal.
I'm really starting to hate that word.
You should, but this one's so good, Owen. It'll be the last one you ever need to hear.
That sounds familiar as well.
But those previous ones did not come from me, friend.
Not you directly, no.
She like physically turns you and is like real close to you, and she says, "What if I told you, Owen, that you don't have to stop doing what you're doing for us to continue to get back into cahoots together?"
Well, I mean, I would say that's good because I wasn't going to stop what I was doing anyway.
This is all about us having a very mutually beneficial relationship.
All right. Look, nobody in this place is going to care. Let's stop with the side talk. Let's just.
She gets really close at that point, almost whispering in her, and she says, "You have no idea, do you, how many people are listening to and watching every little thing that happens here? Do you think that the Empire places 2 Imperial destroyers outside of this place, but yet allows criminals such as," and she nods over, and you see a man with his boots up on a table. Obviously has the death stripes on his pants, and he's just moving a knife, the edge of his vibroblade around on the table and slinging back a drink before popping up onto his seat. And he's like, "Oh, it's about that time. Who's next? Which one of you bootlicking dogs wants the next one? I've been calling out for you all night." And he reaches down and grabs a belt, and on the belt are just Imperial officer hats. "Who's next? No takers? Nobody wants to try to knock me off my perch, huh?
I'll just look
You're
at Beta.
You're a bunch of fucking cowards." And he almost falls off his table and slams back his drink. 2 young officers walk up and they pull their blades out. And before you can even blink, they're dead. And he plops back down. And she says, there are Imperials throughout this place. Intelligence gathers. And then you've got drunks on shore leave. And that man is dangerous. But he's not stupid. Now tell me something, Owen. Are you dangerous? Or are you stupid? We cut to the inside of the suite. Elasmo basically has the matron like under the arm, like they're walking down the aisle type of thing, like a proud father type, you know. You look across the room and there is a oval table with a 3D rendering of Elasmo's ship, which is a old end of the High Republic Hammerhead Corvette, armed to the teeth. And standing across the table is a tall, wiry, thin figure wearing a helmet with no discernible face on it whatsoever. It is just blank. Kind of almost like the poncho-esque upper body cover, but you can also tell they're wearing a lot of different styles of armor mishmashed together underneath that thing, and you can see from their lower body. Says, I don't know if you two have been familiar with one another in your current guises or not, but allow me to reintroduce you to one another. Genji, matron. Matron, Genji. And you can tell this person is staring right at you. And then stares at him, and stares at you, puts their hands up in here, the click, click, and the psh, takes their helmet off, and you see an old friend from when you were youth who served on the ship with you that you just referred to as Slim. And he turns and he says, I actually never thought I would run into you again.
What in the hell are you doing out here?
My job.
Which is...
And I thought you kept your business in the mid-rim.
I keep my business a little bit of everywhere these days.
He looks like I said, he looks pretty intense, and then all of a sudden you just see it kind of crack, and he just pulls up a seat and plants the helmet on the table. He says, well, if we're going to have a reunion, let's have a reunion.
I'm all for it.
Elasmo pulls out a tray with a bottle and a bunch of glasses. And you see Genji look at him and say, this doesn't change anything. Just so you're aware. This is just happy circumstance. And he turns and looks at you and says, what are you doing out here? There's nothing out here.
Oh, there's plenty out here. There's always something.
Not as much business as there is in the mid-rim.
Well, that's the thing. Business. She kind of like scooches them out of the way and just takes over pouring drinks.
You can see like Elasmo like lights the Star Wars equivalent of a whaling captain's pipe, throws his big feet up on the table, and is just like, you know his body language well enough, and it doesn't seem to have changed in 20 plus years. He just looks giddy.
Yeah, she'll just take over, kind of like making drinks. See, that's the thing. Work. I try never to mix work and pleasure, and here's the thing: work, pleasure, kind of mixed a little bit. And now here I am. Gotta go where things are interesting these days. And these days, I don't just deal in finances; I deal in information. Important information, as it were. So,
But you haven't lost your touch.
Sweetheart. And she grabs the drink and just kind of like hands it over to him and like cocks her head to one side.
He looks and smiles, his giant shark mouth. He says, that's my girl. And you just watch Genji just look at him with this, like, just a real slight veneer of just disdain. So it's unfortunate that you're here, Lemon, as our former captain here owes my employers quite a bit of money.
How much are we talking?
A lot. And I can no longer front that money for you. They found out. And then he goes on to explain like that he works for Crimson Dawn. And that your former captain was doing smash and grab on shipping lanes out here. And his old ship finally gave out. And he had been prepaid. So he missed the ambush point. Or as they would say on Mountain Monsters, ambush.
Ambush.
Let me push you off for that ambush into the boosh.
You're killing Colin.
My other favorite thing, Colin, is when Jeff says no because he goes, no. He lets you know, like, so Elasmo like missed this, and because his ship shit out on him, and he's been basically in trouble since then because his ship just could not. He needs a full overhaul. And you can tell he's just watching this information being. He's like, I can't lie to you. It's exactly what he said. So I have been, let's say, swimming upstream lately. And Slim's been covering the bill. And he basically explains it. Now Crimson Dawn knew he was covering the bill. And the key is they don't want the money. So they gave him his money back. They want people to know you don't cut and run. That's not how the job gets done.
Oh, she's familiar with Crimson Dawn and how they operate.
So they want the money from him, or Genji's going to kill him.
I ran afoul of the dawn once, and I'm lucky to be alive. Incredibly lucky to be alive. And I'm not going to say what I had to give up to get out of that. I don't know that I can help you with this one, sweetheart.
Well, I wouldn't go that far just yet. I've been alive a very long time, and there's a reason for it. But I also want to point out to my magnanimous nature here, it's not like any of the crew are here, are they? Are they?
Not that I can see, no.
And Genji looks over and he goes, he shipwrecked them. I did not shipwreck them. I left them, maybe stranded, but left them with all of our remaining funds.
She shrugs and like slugs down her drink and pours
He says,
another.
if you're going to kill me, you're just going to be killing me. And if you're going to kill me, you're going to have to kill me here. And that's when he just starts picking at his massive teeth. He's like, that's a nice knife, but I have a whole set of them in my mouth.
If it's going to get bloody,
No. We are not doing that. And Genji just kind of sits back and leans on his helmet. You see, Lemon, I have a job.
Of course you do.
But I have been looking for help. Because this job might not be. And that's when you hear a ping, 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 ping on the door. And he's like, oh, look at this. Rewind about 10 minutes. Oh, and you're outside. And after you see this Corellian off these two imps and literally kick their bodies down a short flight of stairs for the cleanup crew to pick up. And you see people who are like slapping him on the back, wanting to buy him drinks, and you see a lot of people are just fucking glaring at this guy. He also throws the two knives to the two trash men and basically says, I got a whole bunch of them. I don't need any more because I'm sure I'm going to get a whole bunch more before the night's done. Says, ladies and gentlemen, he pops up on another seat. Says, show's over. I'll be out for the next show in 2 hours. Jumps off, walks by, grabs another drink, like a bottle, off someone's table and walks right by you and bangs on the door. Vita, who is just almost in your lap at this point, she's like, that there is a Corellian. Not a Corellian, that's the Corellian.
I mean, I'm a Corellian.
No. You don't understand, my dear. That is the Corellian. We don't even know what his name is anymore. He's made it his lifelong goal to expunge himself from all records. We just know he was Corellian. But boy, does he love to kill Imperials. And the families. And the friends. The pets. The neighbors. People who have met him one time and shook their hands. He does not care. If you take up the uniform and the pledge to the Empire, he's looking forward to severing you from this mortal coil.
That sounds very much like a you problem.
Oh no, Owen dear, it is an us problem. Because you once wore the uniform, my dear. Which makes you just as advertising to him as someone who is on their first day or on their 50th year. Emperor be blessed when we reach it.
I hear that a lot.
But that's not our concern right at this moment, Owen. I'm here to let you know, and we go back, so let's not mince words. The Empire is bloated, and whenever there's bloat, well, there's separation, the wheat from the chaff, if you will. And I am part of the wheat and not the chaff. There are wheels within the wheels at the ISB, and I am a wheel who turns wheels. I give you information that you would probably find eventually on your own for targets that then you would hit. And before you start to get self-righteous and tell me, well, I'm not going to hit targets that the Empire wants me to hit. Oh, and dear, these are Imperial targets, primarily. In fact, I would say 90% of them are Imperial targets.
Well, I mean, see, the nice thing about working for myself is that I don't care what the targets are.
Perfect. That works even better for me. It allows me a little more flexibility in the information I would be happy to be giving you. My only request in this relationship is that you make sure that those targets, when hit, are hit hard enough they don't get back up.
So we're talking people.
Oh, we're talking people, ships, installations, the entire 9 yards. I feed you the pertinent information. You complete the task and take whatever you want, and that's what you do with it is up to you. I simply get the satisfaction that these people are no longer on the board.
No.
You have the same satisfaction, as well as whatever ill-gotten gains you choose to take with you.
Oh, gains are never ill-gotten.
Oh, and dear, all gains are ill-gotten. That's what makes them so much fun.
See, that's the corporate talk.
That is not the corporate talk. That's the talk of someone who knows how things should be: dirty, quick, nasty.
Well, I mean, you're not necessarily wrong.
Bloated bureaucracy, Owen. The Empire is a sledgehammer. I prefer to be a scalpel.
So what we're saying here, and we'll just,
These are hypotheticals until you decide they're not hypotheticals.
So what we're saying here is you want to feed me. Are we talking like bounty hunting here?
Oh no, Owen, these are not bounties.
Well, no. Now, I'm not saying that, there's a price.
Let me give you an example.
The bounty is whatever I take out of it.
Exactly. But let me give you an example, a taste, if you will. Baby. She pulls out a data pad, and you see at the top of it is a local Imperial installed governor in a 2 systems over. Very small planet. It does refining, or has a refinery. And underneath it, you see a complete layout of the governor's mansion, along with troop cycles, a list of assets, basically the entire rundown, like a dossier on, and as well as a dossier on this person, their family, their business dealings, everything. But you're also seeing all the troop movements, everything. And she said, "This is the information I would be giving you."
Okay.
I would just, like I said, simply ask it, if this particular individual was someone I asked you to handle, that you handled them.
What kind of time frames are we looking at here?
I'm not going to give you something I want to tell you needs to be done tomorrow. This is not an office job. You don't work for the ISB any longer. These are long-term plans. Wheels, Owen. I'm the wheel that would turn your wheel, and your wheel would crush these people underneath it.
Now, you know I'm married. My wheel gets turned somewhere else. Thank you very much.
Owen, dear, I have not made any sort of indiscretionary action towards you. And for one, I am happy for you.
Well, so long as, there's not a due date.
There would be no due date. These are off the grid requests.
Well, I am willing to work with you in certain aspects, but there needs to be an understanding.
There always is.
And I'm sure, being a part of the ISB, you understand that things sometimes move a little slower than one expects because there's lots of red tape.
Owen, there were no expectations on time frames here. Like I said, you do not work for the ISB. Hell, you would not even be working for me. We would be partners in an independent venture. Shareholders in our own little company, if you will.
Well,
here. And she passes over. She changes the screen and she passes it over. And she's like, give this an idea. Give this a look. And you tell me. And as she does that, we pass back over to Timu's office. Timu Albaba. You just want to put him in? I mean, I have drugs. We can knock him out and put him right in.
I mean, I'm good with that, but we do need you to get his consent before we do it. But I will say, Serix, look, I'm a doctor. You know this. You know this about me.
He is a doctor. Listen to him. He's a doctor.
These injuries you have are beyond my ability to take care of here. I can't get you well. You might never be able to use some of your limbs again.
All natural.
It worked on my hand. You should just go.
It works 100% of 100 times.
I feel really good right now, like really good. Like very
250.
250. You can't beat that price.
I'll bet we could beat that price. I think we could go as low as 10.
What?
I don't know.
Is he joking me here? Are you joking me here?
Unless
he probably has CTE.
My friend here, and I'm giving Honk a little bit of a wink. I'm giving a little bit of a wink, a little bit of the wink eye. Okay. Unless my friend here is ready to do a nah shot or two-step.
What?
I am unfamiliar with this two-step, but I do enjoy a dance.
And wait, hold on. Before I do anything rash, are we in a crowded area?
No, you're like in what amounts to a cargo bay that's been made into a converted office.
So it's just the three of us in an enclosed space?
It's you two, it's you three and a droid.
Live a lot longer than you would otherwise. Just as your doctor.
Live a little.
This
live a little.
Opportunity for you.
Well, here's an opportunity, and I whip out my garrote, and I go behind the guy in a flash if I can, and kill him.
Wait, what are you doing? What?
I guess
What do I need to roll? I'm trying to bushwhack him right now, which is part of my.
No, I'll if this isn't like an insta kill, I'm gonna shoot Ceres with my ion guns.
No, we're doing a Narshada 2-step.
I don't know what that is. And
I gave you the wink. I gave you the wink.
The wink is never murder. The wink is never murder.
It is on Narshada.
I've never been to Narshada.
Let me, I guess, grab the thing for that. I did not know there was going to be a bushwhacking tonight. I was ill prepared for the bushwhack.
Hey, sometimes you gotta get in that bush and whack it. Wait, that phrasing, Colin. Yeah.
Okay. I believe this is. Sorry, I was ill prepared for that. A hard roll because it's a threaten or assault, and you are threatening with my assault.
Okay, hard roll. Refresh memory.
Oh, you know what? You wouldn't have your garrote because they confiscate your weapons. You have a vibro knife like everybody else.
Oh, never mind then. Can we Tarantino that and reverse it all the way back? Okay, cool.
I did not remind you. That's on me. That's not on you.
All right.
You can stab him in the face. If you really want to just
if
you're like I want to go homicidal here.
No, that's too inhumane.
Yeah, nah. It'd be better to wrap a wire around this guy's neck and to see his eyes meet my eyes and watch him fade off into the Shadowland. But since I can't do it,
if it's going to be slow and excruciating, yes. But if it's going to be an instantaneous kill, gross. No.
I can only kill him my way, or I'm going home.
That's right.
Or no.
So I guess without the ability to slip behind this guy and assassinate him before Honk's eyes, I'll climb into the tank with a shrug.
I love how for you it was like the amazing breadth and scope of the polar ends of it. I can either straight up murder this guy in front of my friend while watch him watching me watching this guy die, or I can just get in the tank and get healed.
These are the days of our lives.
Reminds me a little bit of a previous Star Wars series I ran where a friend of mine, I'm a former friend because I don't think I've talked to him in 8 years, played a stormtrooper with PTSD who was constantly talking to his dead squad mates in his helmet. And it was amazing.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, it was wild. So you get in the tank. He gives you a breather. You put it on. Fuck, you feel great. This is working. Honk, you're watching this from the outside, and this is working faster than Bacta.
This is working so much faster than Bacta.
Not to get so super silly, but could I be doing that one move where you're doing the worm with your arms?
Yeah, you could totally do that.
I'm sitting in the back of the tank, kicking around, dancing. I'm just throwing up shit.
Bactrin tank. TS.
The Bactrin. What is this? This is like the Robitussin of Bacta.
Yeah.
It's not even. It's like Waltussin.
It's watered down Waltussin of Bacta.
This is bathtub tussin.
Okay. All right. So I'm feeling good though.
You feel amazing, and
all right.
Normally, Honk, you realize this would have taken at least a couple hours minimum. 20 minutes, and you're out.
As promised. What did you?
And you feel like 1,000,000 credits. You feel fucking tremendous.
I'm gonna do a traditional Zabraxian war dance, and that's just the robot.
Look, sweet. Temu is clapping. He's like, yes, success. No. 250 credits, please.
Yeah, give him the 250 credits.
Oh, yeah.
And you must leave me positive review.
I want a positive review.
I'll give you the positive review. You're amazing. I love you. You're my mate for life. And now, oh my God. Hey.
You look so actually touched by that. And he looks over at, he says, Reginald, See what medicine can do. We have touched the lives of another. And he turns around and he just gives you the tenderest hug. Just this hug of pure joy and love. And then he looks at you and he says, I cannot charge a friend. A mate for life, I cannot do that.
That's right. Mates for life.
Give me, and that's when you hear the gurgles. And you hear like this piping system like crunching as he just turns and goes, nothing to see here. Nothing to see. Mate for life, you should go. There's nothing to see back there, and I've got to something I must
wait.
Throw them out.
Reginald, don't do it. What is that? What did I just say?
Reginald says, I'm sorry, doctor's hours have concluded. Thank you for your visit. We will not be billing your insurance. Slowly.
I look at Honk and I say, not shot a two-step?
He goes.
Well, no, I mean, you have to respect visiting hours.
He goes behind the door and you hear
that's inarguable.
Like in our terms of someone taking a wrench and just pounding it against like a cast iron pipe. It's just like bang, bang, bang. And then you hear cursing in a language you do not know, but you for sure know it's cursing.
It's mechanical problems. Like that's a miraculous medical technology there.
From another room, you hear, Reginald, I hurry! I need the bucket.
Out of character. Honk's a Jawa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, back in character. Go back there and use your mystical powers.
What are you talking about?
Your barter skills. It's how you trick all those people to give them your stuff.
Okay. Like I'm gonna have to note in my review that this back team does not treat concussions. Clearly, like I don't have mystical powers. What?
Yes, you do. I heard about it. All you guys underneath your robes, you wear special magic underwear. Now get in there.
No, that's not true.
It makes you bulletproof, and that's why you all have 40 wives. I've heard about it. The Church of Latter-day Jawas.
Are you unwell?
You are really high from this back.
I'm not really high right now, but I just feel really good.
That's good. We should go feel good somewhere else. Like
nah. Go back there, see what's going on.
Why don't you go back there and see what's going on?
I'm really hurt and I'm recuperating.
No, you're not. You're healed. You're fully healed.
I feel really good.
Like, I'm really hurt.
But I'm really hurt.
Serix, I need you to God damn it. I need you to act under fire for me.
Oh, okay.
I'll explain it here depending on what you roll. Kind of, yes. It definitely feels very Magnar.
Little Magnar, a little.
All right. Hold on, just 1 second.
Yeah, God, it is kind of like Digger and Magnar had a baby. As a Braxian child, love child together.
It's just two Jawas in a trench coat.
Dignar.
Under fire. What's the so like bear with me because I'm like doing this on my phone right now.
Cool. Cool.
Okay.
Cool roll.
It's cool? Okay. All right. What's my cool? Oh. Okay. So I think with my cool and what I rolled, I get 12.
Perfect. So like I said, you're starting to feel like you've been out of the back tracing back to whatever I'm calling it now. TM. And for about 3 minutes, and you're like kind of getting like hyperspace vision a little bit, where like instead of like pointing on one point, and seeing everything rush by you, you're getting vision. Honk is like that, and everything else is racing by you, and you look down, and you're like, body is falling into tentacles, but yet like you squeeze your hand, and they all turn back into a hand. But your hand, and you just look like incredibly muscular. Like you're like, I look like a fucking badass.
Okay.
Like, you feel amazing, but you also recognize like I might be a little bit spaced out right now.
All right. Yeah. Now I don't want to interrupt everybody here, but
Good.
I just feel really fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And I just want everyone to look at my body. And I just start flexing. Now, if I start turning into spaghetti and noodles, don't look at it. Just look at the muscles.
Reginald has grabbed the bucket and was trying to remove you guys and stops and says, "Your body is amazing," and then rolls right by.
I'm like, Reginald, yeah, I'm feeling you, boy. I'm feeling you, boy. And I go up and I start doing like a crotch thrust against Reginald.
This is simply a side effect. 3% of those who use the Bactrim will sometimes suffer from these side effects, among others.
He's kind of like
away with one mechanical arm, opens the door with the other, and shoots himself in there. The door closes behind him. Pokemon father!
Pokemon in effect.
It's all about that Bombus. All right. So the door shuts. Reginald is in there, and you can hear Reginald in his attempted quiet tones where he talks like this. He almost talks like the Observer from Venture Brothers. Ignore me!
Someone has left a baby here.
Whose baby is this? And you can hear Timu, and they're just like, I swear it's not my fault. I had it hooked up correctly. Did you not see the flow?
I go up and I start banging on the door.
Retcon. His formula is called the Bombus formula.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you, Spike.
All right.
Dial tone.
Just
I go up and I start hitting the door. And I'm like, let me in. Let me in. You gotta get here and let me in. And then like the way I'm hitting the door starts like forming a really funky beat. And I'm like, let me in. Let me in. That's right. You gotta let me in. Just let me in. And I start going like, let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in. And I'm just like really lost in my element trying to get in that door.
Honk, what are you doing?
Honk is just like, at least he's not talking to me right now. Like he is like Honk is like lightly supervising. He's somewhere between like he's definitely like we're not together, but he's like
I don't even know these assholes.
He is very much I don't even know this asshole.
Sarix, make me another cool, please.
Nine.
You get them to open the door, and then you are shot in the chest with a tranquilizer.
Oh, hey, that's my technique. Okay, Honk will come over and he'll be like, "Can you excuse me? There's."
You look down and like your heartbeat that was going like the same beat that you were doing has now slowed to like a thump, 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 like a Ennio Morricone at the beginning of the thing, and you fall flat on your ass and start to pass out. Honk, the door is open because now Sarix is literally in the doorway. Dark out of his chest, that punctured through your chest armor.
May I just say,
if you weren't wearing armor, this might have killed you.
As I'm fading away, I'm like, things are getting blurry. I'm like, oh, I'm getting a little blurry. And then I go, oh, I just want to feel this moment. Oh, and then I just kind of like, make a relaxed, passed out noise.
Grabs Sarix and pulls him behind the door. You see Timu is literally one leg in a bucket of overflowing liquid of some type that looks sort of like the Bombus. Has like a spanner and something else. He's just looking at you like don't look at me.
Hi. Can you that was just Trank, right? Like he's not dead because that would be really.
It was sort of a little bit of a tincture for the reaction he was having. You know, sometimes when you're working with new science and developing new, you're on the cutting edge of, you're a doctor, you know.
No, I know. Yeah, you're doing cutting edge research. You know, regulations are difficult. You got to have,
regulations, friends. We are on beyond that. That is why I do my business out of here, because there are no regulations here.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. You know, like during the experimentation process, things are bound to go a little bit awry every now and again. That's fine.
Exactly.
That's fine.
Like I said,
I don't even know this asshole.
100%. 100% of the time it works on 100 people. Or so, I don't know. I haven't used it on 100 people.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
This is technically sixth person besides
sixth person. That's a good result.
You were number 5.
He still got his skin.
Listen, can you close the door? We can't be seen doing what we're doing right now. It's a bad thing, and I could get I don't have a license, but I could get they will just jettison my entire pod.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll close the door. Yeah.
Are you going in there and closing the door? Or are you just closing the door? Like, no, well, this is the problem. This is not my problem.
Oh, he's going in because he's like, I can't drag this full-sized person. I can't.
Right, you go in and you look up, and you can tell that this guy and his janky ass droid are stealing from whatever pod is above them, and that whatever fluid is coming out of there is what his bombus is.
Oh shit! That is smart. That's smart.
See, there is a how do I put this? Listen, do you know who the Arcanians are?
Yeah,
real shitbag cloners.
Yeah,
no one likes them.
Totally.
So they've got some type of thing up there, and it's pretty cool, and it's well, I can't really go into it. It's proprietary secrets, but the runoff is bombus.
Oh, okay, sure.
But it's good. I mean, like,
good.
Just between me, you, and Reginald,
it's
right?
Good.
Right?
Good.
I will cut you in for like 12%.
Yeah. What do I got to do for 12%?
Just keep your mouth shut.
Oh, okay, sure, I can do that.
So just between me, you, Reginald.
Do you like my space Venmo or something?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay.
But I will require another 1% back for processing fees.
Yeah, all right. That's fine.
Do you know who the Jedi are?
Do I know who the Jedi are? I don't know. As a human player, I don't know what that is.
They are a very niche group, so you may not know.
I probably don't know. I don't think I know those guys.
Well, they are like here, and he pulls this thing out of the wall, and it's like a holographic like whiteboard basically. Mm-hmm. And he just runs through the Jedi are a very, very old species. There's not very many of them. The biggest thing is they're kind of virtually unkillable and somewhat immortal, because their bodies aren't really bodies. They're just clusters of tissue. So if you don't completely disintegrate them, they ain't dying. They're just going to grow back.
Mm-hmm. They're like living cancer.
Yeah, kind of. And they will generally around other races, like wear stuff that makes them into humanoid bipedal shape, because they that's not necessarily their shape, because they can basically be whatever shape they want.
Sure.
Think of that. What's that game that I used to play with where I was a scientist eating blob? They're playing bad at games. I can't think what the game. That's basically what they are when they don't. We're human part. When they're like, I don't want to play human part. I want to be normal. But he's like, I may or may not have previously assisted them in securing this Jedi and, negotiated the runoff of their experiments.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
It works really well, right?
No, it's really good.
But
It
the
felt
side
really
effects
good.
are
It works fast.
so Jendai, the more they do their thing, the more they sort of go crazy.
Okay,
so the more they get beat up and get scarred up and have to re-put themselves back together, they sort of start to become more and more unhinged.
Uh-huh.
So I think, unfortunately, your friend was injured enough that that absorption made him like, and that might have been so tranquilizer. He'll come off of it. It's just
it's fine.
You know how you felt like, because I feel that way even now, and I've cut off thumbs and hands and put them in there at least like 12 times.
Yeah, no, seriously, it's no problem at all. You did me a favor. It's like, this is why I don't have children, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, I can do that if you'd like.
Wrangling this
you
one,
won't even put it in the tank.
I would have if I could, like no, this is fine. This seems very ethical to me.
About that time, Cyrix sits up and pulls the dart out of his chest and goes, you are super mellow right now. You're like, you feel real tired, but you feel good, but you're like, I'm tired. I'm a tired man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, buddy! Mate for life! Here!
Hey!
And you like some
best friend,
very refreshing drink, and you're all standing in this room, which there is a bucket that's got now stopped overflowing the same Bombus juice as you were sort of in earlier, and you were looking up, and there's this janky ass tank and pipe system that is malfunctioning above you.
Oh, what's this thing?
Nothing to see here. Now we cut back over to Lemon. Door opens and this just kind of very average looking guy comes in.
Just some dude.
He's got like salt and peppery hair. He looks young, but he's got like he looks like a guy who's seen some shit. He comes in, he's got a bottle in his hand, he lays it down on the table, he kicks a chair, sits on it, props his feet up, looks around the room, and he says, well, I knew I was coming. It was just going to take me a little bit of time. I had to give them all a show.
Should I pour another one?
Oh, if you would be so inclined, I would be so appreciative.
She goes ahead and grabs another drink.
Elasmo says, matron, and you could see, like, you catch out of the corner of your eye. When that guy started coming, Genji's helmet went right back on.
Rita
Genji,
Sitch, immediately.
I don't know if you two are familiar with one another, but matron, Genji, this is the Corellian.
Okay. First off, as I turn to make the drink, I'd like to read a sitch just to kind of get a feel for, like, is this guy, like, she's probably going to feel like, okay, some shit's going to go down. Like, I think I want to see, is this going to shit in, like, hell in a handbasket real
Okay,
fast.
yeah.
Like, does that make sense?
Yes, very much so.
Okay, that's going to be what a shit roll. That's a 5.
You,
Trash.
You're not sure, but you immediately are feeling very, very vulnerable without a blaster. Because you're like looking around and you're like, these are 3 people who are as much up to no good as I am.
Yep.
And
I'm by myself.
I'm by myself, which is not normally my jam. And while this guy did raise me, he's also a giant Sharkman pirate. And this other guy I knew growing up, he is obviously not that guy anymore.
Okay.
And this other guy, I don't know, but the other 2 are nervous around him, and that does not bode well.
Okay. On meeting this guy, I want to use one of my scoundrel moves. I'm going to use reputation.
Perfect.
So let me roll first, and then I'll tell you what it do.
Doesn't it, like, If you roll high, the
Oh,
more
that's so good. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so good. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, boy. Okay.
it just means
that-
like your reputation precedes you like at a very high level. Like this guy who knows who you are. So
Yeah. So when I meet them, it's a roll plus my cool. Okay. So that's I rolled an 11.
oh
So
shit, it's perfect. Yeah.
13. So knock that one out the park. So on a hit, they've heard of me, and I get to say what they've heard. I also take a +1 forward for dealing with them.
Perfect.
So, um, this motherfucker's scared. The matron carries a heavy reputation. He knows.
I won't let you assign like an emotional state, but I will say like,
Okay.
oh, he definitely knows who you are.
Oh, he knows who she is. I would say he
And
knows
I
the
would
worst of.
Yeah, I would say like
the
we're
rumors.
talking about the station you blew up, the fact that you killed a fucking inquisitor, that you escaped from a prison ship. I mean, we're talking like the highlight reel.
Mm-hmm.
Like the shit people shouldn't know about, this guy knows about.
Yep. Also knows probably the thing that he would probably know the scariest bit about is that she was a fowl of Crimson Dawn and got out of it alive.
Okay, yeah. He you see him like look at Genji and look at Elasmo, and Elasmo mentions your name and introduces you to, and he says his feet come off the table. He takes the drink, slugs it down, and says, I will have another. If you're serving it up, I definitely know who you are.
Aww.
Your name travels. You
Oh.
even out here on the rim, we know who you are. I can't say enough how impressive it is to not just kill any old Imperial, but an Inquisitor.
Oh.
I don't know how you did it. I heard you did it by yourself. That all it cost you was an arm. But I also heard, and tell me if I'm wrong, you killed him with the other arm. And if that's how you did it, damn woman.
I mean, what can I say? Guilty as charged. She hands over the drink.
He sips this, he sits back, and he says, what the hell are you doing out here in these boonies, blessing us with your presence?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of dropping some things off, picking up a couple of friends, looking for a little bit of information, and visiting some old buddies, as it were.
I did not know you ran with the good captain here.
Oh,
and you
eons ago. I was a lot younger, about 20 pounds lighter, and about 3 spouses earlier.
You know what I say? And he brushes his hair back and says, if you can live your way out here, you're living right. Especially if you clean the blood off your hands while you do it.
Well, tell that to my ungrateful children, would you?
I'm sure if your children and I ran in, we would make all sorts of mischief. He looks over at Genji and he says, and I know you know who I am, and I do know who you are. So let's just keep our hands on the table, shall we? He says, I am very happy to meet you. It's been a grand honor. Captain, I do have a job for you. You see, I know as a pseudo representative of Crimson Dawn, Genji here knows how to keep his mouth shut. I am a front. See all the swagger and murder? I mean, don't get me wrong, the murder ain't a front. I would toss a baby out an airlock just to kill an imp. I have tossed a baby out an airlock just to kill an imp. And I'll do it again with a smile on my face. There isn't an Imperial alive, their spouse, their children, their pets, their friends, their neighbors, that I will not put in the ground if given half the chance. But I have a crew. And I'm the big shining star. I want all their attention while my crew does the real work. So, By being that big shining star sitting up here in Lost and Found getting all that attention, and my crew running some business in the Happes, I've got some intel on a little escort a few systems over. Not just carrying some interesting targets, but they're carrying a lot of credits. And for me, I want to see nothing less than that shipment not arrive. And I don't mean arrive on time, I mean not arrive at all. So the deal is this. I get 20%. Captain, you and whoever you hire, you get the rest. And by my calculations and my intelligence, and believe me, my intelligence is always good, because I get it straight from the source. There's plenty to cover your debt. I just think about it this way. This is just a appetizer for us. If this works out, then I'll continue being that bright shining star that gets all their attention, takes all their time, and you all can run right behind me, bask in my light and glory as you plunder the shit out of the Empire. Elasmo turns and he looks at Genji and he looks at the corral and he says, "Would you give me a minute with Lemon here?" Genji gets up, straightens his poncho and walks out, and the Corellian stands up. He says, "Miss, if we do not share another kind word, but for the rest of the evening, it has been my absolute pleasure." He bends down and gives you like a bow, and he walks out. Elasmo says, "I need this. And I am literally operating a ship with a droid crew, slaved to a mainframe."
You have bitten off way more than you can chew.
I have always bitten off more than I could chew. That's kind of my thing.
It is kind of your thing, but you need a new gimmick. We had this conversation 20 years ago, and I bailed your ass out then.
Well, I bailed you out first. That doesn't matter. We bail each other out. That's what friends do.
It is.
This could be a thing.
You know that man's dangerous.
Oh, that man is unhinged. He's not lying about the baby.
No, he's not. I can smell a bullshitter from 8 systems away. That man's not a bullshitter.
I happen to be very abreast of who he actually is, hence the offer, and hence the coordinates to a shipyard that if you can tow me there, I can get the ship fixed. Listen, Lemon, we haven't spoken in almost 20 years. I don't know if it's you avoiding me or me avoiding you, or just be both basking in the fact that we were successful and still alive. But I could use a hand. And if you help me, I will owe you one. And you know I'm good for that.
Says the man who owes how much to Crimson Damn Dawn?
You are very aware that was not by my choice.
Do you hear yourself when you talk? What do you mean?
You served on that ship. What's the name of his ship? What's the name of his ship? You served on it.
Furbus. It's the Furbus.
It's not the Furbus.
He's like playing anything with Colin is like watching an episode of Family Guy where they're playing Pictionary. It's a jackal. It's a jackal. A jackal. Shit, I can't remember the name of the damn ship. I know what you mean.
But no, he didn't. You don't know what it is.
Oh, okay.
You were making it up.
Oh, shit. I don't know. Pick a name. The Furbus. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I hurt your face, but we're not doing that. You literally made me relive a dramatic reenactment of a guy that tried to break into our house on LSD during Extra Life for this channel, I'd like to state.
I remember when that happened. I legit remember when that happened.
It was a wild ass night. Oh man.
The ship is called the Breach.
The Breach, thank you.
And he just says that it's not. And you know he's not lying because he doesn't fuck up jobs. He's like, she needs work. And I am not about to get a new ship. And what you know of him is like that ship is his home.
Yeah.
Like that's, the ship when you served was as much a member of the crew as the crew.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just like, if I can get it fixed, get her running, then I won't be in hawk to gangsters. But let's be honest, they shouldn't have paid up front. They paid me up front because they knew I was good for it. And the only reason I couldn't just give it back is because I had to pay to get the goddamn ship hauled in and get it even workable so we didn't die out there.
Yeah, I know.
And then I give the rest of the money to the crew when I left them. Because I knew they were coming. And I would rather they were coming for me than all of us.
I know.
And once we get this all straightened out, I'm going to go pick them back up. And those who want to come with can come with. And those who want to stay, they have the money, they stay.
It's the same thing we would have done. All right. I'll help you out this time.
He puts his hand across, and this is the first time you can think of where it hasn't been a hug or a jocular like thing. This is more like business. He puts his big old mitt out and shakes your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Says, well, Captain, sounds like we've got some pillaging to do.
You get Crimson Dawn on my ass, and I'm coming for yours.
Oh, from what I've heard, that wasn't a problem the first time.
It really wasn't. I mean, it kind of was, but that's a whole other story.
The only reason this is the problem, if it was anyone but Slim, I would just have killed them and sent them back in pieces. But Dawn's smart enough. They know that we are connected. So, and I'm not going to destroy his life since he owes it to me to begin with.
You're doing the honorable thing.
You can tell like that's the dad moment of like, oh yeah. Well, I don't have words, I just have noise. Oh, and you're standing there, you're sitting there with Veda, and you see the Corellian and what is quite obviously to you a fucking bounty hunter step out of this room. And they're like having this chat. You can't exactly hear everything over the music, but by body language, you can tell that it is like a jocular, like push it a little bit farther and I'm going to fucking kill you conversation. And Veda still talking, says, that Owen is Genji. He's what would you call it? A runner for Crimson Dawn, hired hand, mercenary, bounty hunter. Only done work out here on the rim. Fell in with the Dawn about 6 cycles ago. But does good work. So I'm not sure what your wife has gotten herself into in that room, but she does keep interesting company.
I've learned.
And she reaches across and tries to pinch her cheek again, present company included.
I don't ask what my wife's business is.
Smart,
and that's why I'm still alive.
Smart man. And I accused you of being dumb earlier. So you look at this dossier, and it is for a naval commander who happens to be in this area running a convoy of the redacted goods. About 2 systems over and out to an unknown destination. Well, unknown in the fact it's been redacted.
All right.
And she just looks at you and she says, if you agree, I can tell you exactly what those blacked out parts are. And part of me knows, dear, that you want to know. You desperately want to know.
Well, I mean, if I take the job, I'm going to find out anyway.
No, but you have to agree to take the job. Otherwise, you just get this paltry preview.
Yes, but...
So just say yes, Owen. Owen, just say yes.
You could sweeten the deal by telling me...
This is not part of the negotiation, friend. I know you well enough now.
You're right.
So just say yes, and I will be able to tell you, because part of me, Owen, is dying to tell you.
Oh, I know. You back then could not keep your mouth shut sometimes.
And only about half of what I said wasn't true.
Yeah, that's the problem. Half.
I never lied to you, Owen.
You know what? That's fair.
Do you know why I never lied to you?
I mean, you never caused harm to me.
Do you know why I never lied to you?
I wasn't worth your time. You weren't going to get anywhere with me.
Exactly. That's why I didn't lie, because you didn't care. You weren't kissing ass. You weren't trying to move up. You weren't in my way, and yet you were doing the work. And boy, did I like the work.
I wouldn't call it work, but yes, I understand. So I'll tell you what. Here.
It was work till you quit your way out of the empire.
I'll tell you what. I will take this dossier.
So you're taking this little offer between us.
This is the trial episode.
Perfect. So finally I can tell you. Just say yes, please, so I can tell you. You tease.
Come on now.
Just say yes.
I take the dossier.
Perfect. She clicks a button on the side and you see all the redacted disappear. This is a convoy of kyber crystals heading to a space station that is in progress.
Now, why? You know what? I don't want to know. I don't want to know what you have against this.
It's not what I have against it, Owen. Like I said, I'm a wheel within a wheel, but that means I'm a wheel that's being turned by another wheel. There are machines within the Empire who are carving out their own niche. And I'm a part of a machine that's going to carve out a niche like no one's ever seen before.
So, I'm taking this dossier with the agreement, trial run here. I do have one question for you, though.
Oh, I'm an open book.
Because you're ISB. I know that's not true, but still.
Oh,
because you're ISB.
We just discussed I do not lie to you.
I don't even know if that was a lie.
It serves no purpose for me to lie to you, Owen Draz.
So out of, this is Richard asking Storyteller, what was the name of the Inquisitor dude that on the planet that ioned our ship? And
Tremaine.
Does the name Tremaine mean anything to you?
Oh, it most definitely does.
Okay.
He's a part of the secondary branch of the Inquisitorius.
Is he part of your wheel system?
We both turn under a similar wheel. I will inform you of that.
Okay, that's all I needed to know.
See, no lies.
Appreciate it. Well, how would you like me to send confirmation?
If you do it right, I'll know, because they'll never have shown up where they were supposed to be.
Fair enough. Okay. I believe that we can let this trial commence then.
She leans over, kisses you on the cheek, and says, I cannot wait to continue our fruitful relationship moving forward, Owen Draz, and it has been my pleasure to see you again. She kind of flutters her wings out, and she saunters away with her drink in hand and waves someone down as she's walking.
All I could see is Watto in my head. What do you know?
What do you know?
Hey!
That's where my brain went.
Elasmo and the matron walk out. And the first thing Elasmo does is walk right up to Owen. You're sitting down. This guy's big when you're standing up. Sitting down, he is humongous. He's one of the biggest beings you've ever been in front of as far as like intelligent, like not a rancor, an animal. This guy's massive. He puts his hand out and he shakes your hand and he says, congratulations.
Thank you.
See, some people know how to appreciate me on the regular.
Are you congratulating me for
on your nuptials?
Oh, well, thank you. It's been a while, but yes, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I was not invited.
We didn't know how to find you.
I wasn't in charge of the guest list, so
I'm sure if I would have been invited, I would have been given the great privilege of giving Lemon away.
Oh, you absolutely would have, and you know that.
So it is absolutely my pleasure to make your acquaintance.
To be fair, the guest list was real small. Kind of happened on the whim.
Genji like leans in beside you, matron, and it's like, huh, really?
Yeah.
Good for you. He walks by you and looks at Elasmo and he says, I hope we don't have to have another conversation. And he says, I would prefer we don't. Then he looks at you, Draz, and he also just kind of threw that mechanical vocoder in his helmet, says, congratulations.
Wow. Thank you.
And then the Corellian walks up and he's like, well, shit. I didn't know you was hitched. Boy. He walks over and basically leans backwards on the bar right up next to you, Owen, and says, I'll tell you what. You don't know what you done. You done won the lottery.
Oh, I know.
You know about this one, don't you?
No, I do know.
Whew.
Exaggerations and stories. Don't believe half of it.
You better mind your ways and means. Because if you do not, I guarantee she will mind them for you.
Now that
and the
party's
stories I've been told, that is some shit you do not want to have happen to you.
Very much so.
This is congratulations, my friend. And he slaps you on the back and he buys around for all of you. And then he walks over and he and Elasmo have a quiet conversation. He smiles real big and he says, oh, what time is it? And he tells me, he's like, I gotta go. I got somebody to kill. And he walks away into the crowd. Do you all remember why you're here, by the way?
I have no fucking idea.
You're here to steal.
Been a fever dream.
You're here to steal a Kaminoan and carbonite from the clone masters, the Arcanian clone masters.
That's right. Oh
yeah,
boy.
For a Mandalorian.
Jesus.
For a serious business Mandalorian.
Okay.
One of the guys who helped train the clone army.
So now might be a good time to ask Lasmo about
that. Yes. Yes, Spike. All I could think of when I was thinking of this guy's Walton Goggins.
Yeah, literally, that's the visual I was getting to.
But not so much Walton Goggins in Fallout, but Walton Goggins on Justified. Boyd Crowder's one of my favorite characters in the history of television. He and Raylan Givens are just the fucking best. He says, oh, I know where that is. And he points up to a promenade, and it's above. Oh, and you realize it's above the place where Honk and Syrinx went into.
Huh. Okay.
How difficult you think that's going to be to get into?
Oh, it's not difficult at all. You just make an appointment and go. Do it. It'll be a consultation. And then, you know what they say, and he pulls out the knife, turns a vibrant knife on it. Everything's fair game after that.
Sounds fun.
Smash and grab. It's not like you haven't done it before.
That's
Don't
fair.
tell me you've gone soft and forgotten. And he kind of elbows Draz.
Those are not words I would choose.
She
He
looks
smiles.
like she took that as a challenge.
He smiles, like I said, his mouth goes back, his lips go back farther than they should, and you just see teeth. Just so many teeth. He says, I always choose my words wisely.
Consultation, huh? She grabs her drink, shoots it back really fast.
Consultation. I mean, maybe you need a small private army to overthrow a small planet out here in the rim. That's
Sounds
what
like a plan.
That's just a kernel of an idea.
Mm-hmm.
While you do that, I'm going to go get the breach prepped to limp along to this site we've been given access to. And I would appreciate accompaniment or a tow to get there.
Tow would be faster.
Yeah. Also, when we get there, we might have to kill a few of them just to make sure they understand that we're serious. You know, business is business.
All right. This is getting worse every minute of it.
Oh, it's just like old times, Lemon.
It's it's like old times. You know, it's not like old times, my body, and it can't handle this. Okay.
What we lose,
boys?
he like moves back, and you just hear crunch, 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 crunch. All that little cartilage inside his body popping. And he says, what we lose in our body, we make up in our guile.
That's fair. All right. Where's the boys?
Syrinx and Honk, what's going on? You guys are in this back
I have
room.
to go like rescue my hamster cages from my cat. Hold on.
No, it's fine.
I crawled. I think didn't I get into the tank, Honk?
Did you get back into the tank?
Are you trying to get back into the tank?
Oh no, I got out, and so no, never mind.
Right.
I'm caught up. I'm just flexing. I'm flexing like crazy. I'm banging my crotch against the door, feeling the groove, feeling the flow.
You got tranquilized.
You got tranquilized. You woke
You're
up.
way mellow now.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, okay, I got him. I'm mellow. I'm on the ground, making snow angels against the concrete, and Honk is just having to deal with it.
Honk is very like, yeah, this seems on the up and up to me. I don't have any problem here. I've been given a 12% cut. I don't like. Do you need help making the things stop leaking, or?
I hold my hand in front of my face. I'm like,
technical abilities. This is beyond Reginald in my eyes. Ability.
I didn't hear any of that.
I'm sorry. I totally talked over you, dude. Okay, go ahead.
This is beyond Reginald and I's capabilities. Do you happen to have any, maybe you are mechanically inclined?
Well, I mean, I fixed up my junker ass ship for like years. I can probably do this.
Well, as you can see, this is a junker ass setup we have going on here.
Sure. I mean, you know,
low
honestly,
cost, high yield.
I mean, honestly, the best medicine comes out of junk ass settings. Like, you know, everybody thinks it's, you know, high end, but nope.
You are a man after my own 3 hearts.
I mean, 3 hearts, that's impressive. I like that.
Well,
about you.
When your first 2 wives attempt to stab you at the same time, you have a third
heart. Bazinga, you know.
Bazinga indeed.
Cool. Yeah, I'll I'll go
And
try
you
to.
notice at the time he slugs back a cup full of the bombas.
I'm like, well, not ideal, but he's not practicing right now, so who am I to judge? Is it safe to drink that? No.
No.
What?
But I've tapered myself to a position where it no longer affects me the way it used to. Right, Reginald? And Reginald goes, I miss my legs.
I miss your legs too. Did you wait?
Sundon hit him in twain.
Sorry, are you saying you've built up a tolerance to this?
Yes. Who do you think I tested all this on?
Okay. Well, you don't. What? So it has no effect on you. Does it have? But it does affect you medically still. It just doesn't get you like zooted.
It affects me.
Okay.
But just slightly.
Okay. All right. Well, how about we don't have any more right now? And
I've always wondered if I could vaporize it.
How about you save that for another time?
Probably.
Good. Okay. I'm gonna go
here, taste this. And he puts his finger right up against her helmet.
Uncle, like, sure. He like lifts his helmet up and it's just his.
It's just his finger. There's nothing going on.
Yeah. He just, yeah.
He's just fucking wonked out of his mind.
Oh, like you've never sucked weird medicine off a guy's finger before. Okay, Xerix, right? Okay. You're the paragon of virtue here. All right. All right.
I'm just living my life.
So yeah, Honk will be like, cool. And then he'll start.
The little door binger goes up, bing, 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 as Draz and the matron walk in. Oh shit!
Hello.
It's the cheese.
No, we're with this cheese.
What?
Cheese it.
What is? You know what? I don't want to know.
Reginald, this robot, this protocol droid on a tread droid lower body wheels itself out. Hello.
We're these fine physicians are experiencing a grade 3 medical substance leak that I am professionally dealing with this wrench I have. So it's fine.
Great. That's fantastic.
Right?
I was actually coming to look for a consultation.
That's great because would you
like a consultation
my friend here, Lemons, she as you'll notice don't have an arm. So just hey, 12% this way,
it's a
88% that way.
Arm. There's
you
no.
How long has it been missing?
You want to fix her up?
You can't. It's gone.
I pop up right now and I'm like, everything's made of noodles.
Have you checked up your ass?
What?
For your arm. Generally, when things are missing, the first thing I say is tell the person to check up their ass.
It's okay. Hold on. There is a lot happening right now.
You look at him and like one pupil is like the entire eyeball, the other pupil's like non-existent. He's got a little bit of a twitch going. But for serious, I can help you regrow that.
Oh, I'm sure. No, that's fine.
My ball is
I like what I have. This is
TM.
Family heirloom, really antique.
How sad for your family.
Yeah, yeah. So my question to you.
Well, I'm assuming you had to take it off someone if it's family heirloom. That's
listen, it's fine. It's just it's a way to stay close to the dead people. That sounds really wrong. Okay, here's my question.
Reginald turns to you and says, I completely understand.
You should like dead silent. I want it to be like dead silent and everyone just goes.
That's exactly
right. Yeah. Yeah, consultation. So I'm curious about the services that are happening here. Tell me more. I'm very interested.
Oh, Indeed. Well, I am a scientist, somewhat of a scientist myself. And I am developing an elixir that will improve the health of anyone who takes it. Normally bathes in it, but I mean, I want to get it to a point where you can just slug it back.
Interesting. Does that work cross species?
Yes.
Like any species? That's incredible. Like it would work on
He
me.
was a Jawa, he's a Zabraxian, I'm near human, and we've all tried it. It worked a-okay.
What about races that are cloned that have resistance to external interference?
Oh, you want to go upstairs for that. That's where the cloners are. Oh, and must I say, what a bunch of cunts.
Really?
They're rich, and they just want everyone to know it.
What are they doing up there?
Cloning.
Just
It's
cloning.
sort of in the name.
Okay. Gotcha.
They're doing other stuff though. I'm pretty sure Reginald just goes. But I can't tell you about it. It's proprietary secrets.
Oh, sure. Yeah. No, I'm gonna go upstairs and ask about those proprietary secrets because I'm real curious. I'm interested, but this is interesting too. Boys, get all the information for me, and yeah, I'll get back to the ship. Okay, soon.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure. I'm just fixing the leak here. So
I jump in front. I'm like, yeah, mommy, and I do a big flex. Sorry, everybody.
Never.
Okay.
She like the entire facade just drops, and she's just like, never call me that again. She just turns around and leaves the room.
Even I knew that, and I don't know these assholes.
I don't know
Well, I will say, while that conversation was going on, Hunk was definitely like filling a few stim packs with the bonus.
Okay.
Just like
He's just like, oh, you're busy.
I mean, it's only right.
It's perfect.
How about I think they do like switch right here.
Oh, I love it.
All right. You go upstairs.
Okay.
You're on the what is it like?
Take Owen with me.
You two go upstairs. And you look, and it's just this extremely nice, like it looks like it's multiple pods that have been mushed permanently together. And it just says, Microtechnologies, which is the name of the Arcanian Clone Masters kind of corporate face. And there is a very, 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 very like uber clean cut human with a mustache sitting in there kind of waiting, chatting up the robot receptionist. When you guys come in, he turns and he's like, well, hello there. And she's like, do you have an appointment?
No, I actually was hoping to request a consultation.
Oh, a consultation. Well, I can see if Dr. Gonitz has time. He will be meeting with this gentleman first. He says, gosh darn, good to meet you. This guy stands up and puts his hand out to both of you.
Likewise.
Yeah, Pyrrhus. My name's Pyrrhus. I'm just here for a pickup. Just so happy to be away from home for a little while, to see the outer rim. It's a lot.
It is. It's a lot. Where are you from?
Oh, you've never heard of it.
You'd be surprised.
It's a little bit off the beaten path, but also I don't have it in front of me right now this very second. I'm looking for it.
Oh.
Bear with me. That's the bad thing when I write things down and I forget.
I think I've been there before.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
He has very much a aw shucks type of thing going on.
Some backwater ass planets.
But the more you kind of talk to him, the more you get a little bit of like a religious bent to him.
Like faith-based.
Yeah, he's definitely it seems like he's from a planet that is very much in like a faith-based set. I hope I can find this here pretty quick. This is gonna bug me if I can't. Sorry, bear with me.
No, you're fine. Do not apologize.
This is the thing, like I pulled all this stuff out and I was like, I for sure have that information.
I do the same damn thing. I'm the worst.
That's the other problem is I have,
100 billion documents, yes.
I'll look one more time so if I can find it. The other thing is I do this great thing where I make these prep school idea files and I do them by date rather than, being smart and putting like all the Star Wars stuff in one and all the DNO one in another. But instead, I'm just like, hey man, prepping's like jazz.
You like jazz?
Yeah. Like jazz cigarettes. Fucking mess.
Oh my god. Does anybody want anything from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge while we're there?
Does anyone want a Star Wars?
Do you want us to bring you home a Star Wars?
I want a baby Rancor.
You want a baby Rancor?
And I want to name it Philip and raise it. And...
You'll get nothing like it.
I want a hot dog. I want. Sorry,
I thought for sure you were setting me up for that, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going for it."
No, I love that you did that.
Well, I love you. He says that he is from this planet called Nerian. You've never heard of it. You're like, okay, yeah, we're just, we're just a plucky group. We settled the planet. My ancestors, they crashed there. And, in order to get by, so many of them were lost. It was hard living for hundreds of years. And we just put our faith in the dying sun, and here we are. Just making deals with clone masters, and increasing our population, and just really doing our best.
So that's what you're doing here. You're increasing the population of your planet.
Yeah. So there's a lot of dangerous wildlife where we live. And
sure.
So we come in and we get the what's the vernacular? We get the shaken, not stirred variety. And we get them flash trained, and then they come out and they do just an absolute phenomenal job. And we teach them about the dying sun, and they integrate into our society, and they're just the protectors. It's honestly, if microtechnologies hadn't reached out, if we didn't have connections that made that connection for us, I don't know if we'd still, if not only would the colony have survived, but if we wouldn't have burgeoned the way we have into this, beautiful society. Sure. I mean, maybe even one day, if you're in the, in the Lucian system, and look us up.
Yeah.
Maybe we can show you all about the dying sun.
That sounds nice.
honestly, and maybe I'm just saying it because I lived my whole life, my family lived their whole life, learning the way and stories and gazing upon the visage of everlasting life, and it just means a lot to me. And I really like sharing it. So I really appreciate you guys sitting around and just letting a guy spew off at the mouth. And I'm sorry if I talked at you and not to you. Be safe out there. And he goes back for his consultation, goes back to make his final things to do his pickups. And
he walks away, and she'll kind of like turn and look at Owen and just go like,
Yeah, you just get a yikes.
we're not going.
He's only gone for like 10 minutes, and then he comes out, and he and this obvious doctor, this Ikitochi doctor, are shaking hands, and he's just like platitudes after platitudes, like, I can't tell you how much this means to us, and and he's like, well, you just make sure that the checks keep coming, just make sure nothing bounces and we won't have a problem. He's like, and the delivery will be made as per always, so thank you so much for making prompt and personal payment. Our pleasure. We look forward to the next crop. And after he leaves, and the Ikitochis are the guys who have the horns that round about in front of them. He steps up and hello, Dr. Gintos. I heard you wanted to do a consultation.
Did you just say your name is Dr. Tentoes?
Gentos.
Oh, Gentos.
I get that a lot.
I was going to say, well, I mean, truth in advertising and all that, but
I only have 6 toes, but that's neither here nor there. And he kind of smiles.
So sorry for.
He laughs and he just says, "It's not the first time."
I'm sure.
Shall we?
Yes, please.
He walks you in an office and he says, "What can microtechnologies do for you?" And you look over his shoulder, and there's a clear plate wall, and then 2 offices down, like all these are see-through. You see a Kaminoan frozen in carbonite.
Excellent. Well,
are you familiar with our work?
I was just gonna ask. I feel a little out of my element here, so if you could
no.
Explain a little bit to me before I ask some questions.
Some people would want to hear a dry explanation, and I'm sure you both have had to deal with that. How about I just show you? And he walks you through a small, like literally, this is a very small, kind of like a proof of concept facility. But you do walk by an area where they're not doing the extraction and cloning stuff he's showing you. They're doing something else. And he tries to kind of usher you by. And it appears that they're doing some type of fluid extraction out of like this tangle. And matron, I want you to. I hate doing this to you guys because it's not how the game's supposed to be played.
You want me to read a snitch?
No.
Oh.
I would like you to make a cool roll.
Ooh, that's fine.
As a primal moment comes back to you.
Is this both of us?
No, just her, because she was the only person that was there for this previously.
Ah, gotcha.
All right, the better you roll, the less of your shit you're going to lose.
12.
Okay. You have a moment of pure anxiety when you see this, because you know what that is. Worse than that, you know who it is. it's the Gendai that you guys found on that abandoned Imperial cruiser, who then almost killed all of you before it escaped. It was the thing that was being experimented on by the Empire on that frigate.
Oh, God.
And as you're having that moment, you see all these eyes form out of the mass, and they look around, and as you see two slits open, and you can watch them flaring. It's like it's smelling, and its eyes fix upon you. And this bundled mass of muscle slurps itself into a humanoid form and lands superhero crouching on the floor and stands up. And the doctor goes, "You know what? This is a side project. So let's go back and I'll show you. Let me show you the founder's room." And as this happens, oh, and you're also like, "What in the fuck am I seeing?"
Yeah.
This thing's eyes never leave you. And it's just kind of surrounded by scientists in suits who are kind of like, "Hey, and they're still trying to do this extraction." And its arms are all coming together out of these strands of muscle and forming into a bipedal standing being. And it's just watching you. And you can see its slits in its face that are its nostrils just moving until the eyes kind of finally rotate where our eyes would be, and the face kind of all congeals into an actual face. He walks you back into a founder's room, and you can see like all of these like statistics on microtechnologies and their cloning work. You can see like you see a lot of shit that is like backhandedly talking shit on the Kaminoans and why they failed. And then you can see a Kaminoan and carbonite. And he says, "Listen, I'm not one for victory speeches, nor am I one to denigrate my rivals. But microtechnologies was around before the Kaminoans. And if you'll notice, we're here after them. So when you do business with us, you realize you're doing business with something that's lasting. I'm not a flash in the pan. Sure, 200 years worth of product, but really, where are they now? I didn't even think they exist any longer."
I don't think they do.
So, and he's giving you a pretty thorough tour. What you find out is Microtechnologies makes clones. They do the shaken not stirred method, meaning they fast grow. They basically force, indoctrinate, teach with like technology. So you don't get real people. You get kind of tabula rasa, full grown adults. So you don't get like the clone level. You get something that's more like Temu clones, appropriate. But yeah, so he's so how can microtechnologies help you?
Well, couple of different things actually. First,
Fantastic.
I'm always in the market for expanding our business. We
Wonderful.
need some discreet assistance and muscle.
Discretion is part of our business plan. We have a non-disclosure agreement we sign with absolutely every single entity and or person that we do business with.
That's fantastic. The other thing I was going to say is, like some of you here, I actually am something of a collector of.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. I was actually curious if that Kaminoan and carbonite is something that someone here might be willing to part with.
No, I'm sorry. It's a one-of-a-kind item that was a gift.
Really?
Yes, it's not something I can part with, I'm afraid.
I understand.
It has a great sense of personal value. to me.
What an amazing gift. Who gave you such a wonderful gift?
Again, I can't disclose that as it's a business partner that I still do business with. It was a show of appreciation as well as a, let's just call it again, I don't like to gloat, but let's call it someone showing us and me in this particular case that what we do here is far superior to our former competitors.
I understand.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It's just such a shame, isn't it, sweetheart?
Yeah, I mean, it would have fit nicely next to the other 4 we have.
I know.
You look and you look down and there is a name placard on this clone on this carbonated.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, I don't know how much your characters would know about it, but it definitely has the title of doctor beneath it. He's like, there's not many left. I just am always extremely happy that this one is here.
Understandable.
Mm. Well, I suppose that just leaves me to business, huh, sweetheart?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Pulls out her blaster. She's gonna
No
try.
blasters.
Oh shit! God damn it!
We don't have any blasters.
No,
we have vibro blades.
We have vibro blades. Ah.
This is that place. If you want to kill somebody, you got to do it up close and personal.
Smash and
Personal-like.
grab is so hard when you're just doing straight melee, huh?
Well, and Cal Sclerot, I told you. He said like, oh yeah, this is there's a reason I can't go back.
Yeah, that's true.
Dr. Kaosai. Kosai.
Okay. I was like, don't say Nalase, I'll cry.
No.
Protect her at all costs. She is precious baby. I haven't finished Bad Batch. No one say anything. I'm working on it. We have to finish it before Tuesday next week, or we will never hear the end of it. Oh, fuck. Richard, we would make this decision together in a split second. You know that.
There's a banging on the glass.
Oh.
And you see one of the scientists. I said, pardon me for 1 second. I apologize.
No,
He
of
walks
course.
over. He walks out of the room. And you can see this guy gesticulating wildly and like grabbing him. He's just like, and you can see him like giving very direct kind of orders. And then he starts thinking, I'm sorry, can we move the remainder of our consultation? We're having a technical issue that apparently requires my attention. I do greatly apologize. In fact, I'll go this far. If you do come back to finish your consultation, I will ensure you that whatever the pricing ends up being, I personally will cut off 25% of that due to this situation I have to go take care of. My sincerest apologies.
No, of course. That's absolutely fine.
Thank you.
Completely understand.
And he walks you out to the lobby.
Uh-huh.
And as he's doing so, you see in the glass, like 3 layers back where that kind of lab area was, you see a scientist get smashed up against it and watch as inside its helmet, its head goes flat and blood just covers the side of it.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And then the door opens up in that hallway, and you see that armor you saw on that Imperial frigate walking its way right down the hallway. And he goes, Chell, can you please activate emergency protocol 3? And you see the droid at the front desk start pushing buttons, and these doors start coming up between the hall. He says, really, I think it'd be best if you two go ahead and leave. Like I said, there's apparently an emergency that requires my attention.
Great.
You both hear the air ducts now popping above you.
Shit.
And a glob of Jedi the size of a human being, drops on top of this doctor and explodes its way out of him. And it's standing right in front of you. And it leans in to the matron. I mean, as it reforms into a person and sniffs you.
Take a step backward. Fuck the Kaminoan. We gotta go.
You feel what forms into a hand on your lower back.
She's gonna try to get away.
It's very gentle. There's like no aggression to it. You are her, aren't you? The mother. I remember you, yes?
What the hell?
You remember me, yes?
Uh-huh.
Delightful. She slings her arm out in a gooey tentacle and crushes the droid. She says, you will take me wherever you are going. And you and I will make a deal, yes?
Sure. No killing me or my people, okay?
Oh, she stops, and you can see, like, not getting smaller, but form changing to look slimmer and less, like, threatening. Saying, oh, no killing of you, yes. We have deal to make. And that smile that's like almost like a lamprey's mouth opening up. And then she leans down and she sniffs Draz.
Definitely no killing him.
He smells different than your offspring. He is not offspring.
No.
Yes?
Not offspring.
I just kind of hold up my hand and show the wedding ring.
Mine.
She has no idea what that means. She's just like...
partner, spouse, mate.
Ah. I know this concept, yes. You will grab what is mine. You've seen that behind the broken door now that's like been flexed out, there's just like a bag.
Okay.
We will be leaving, yes? Everybody's dead. This place is just a fucking charnel house.
Yeah.
She'll look at Draz. The Kaminoan.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Thank you. Fuck you. We're taking it. We're getting what we came for.
She just takes and puts like a robe on. But Draz, you have like it's like it'd be like an army bag of like armor. And you're able to move the Kaminoan all the way out with nobody even gives you a fucking second look. I'm assuming you just throw something over the top of it. Looks like moving a floating table, everybody. Just moving a floating table.
Do.
Yeah, and like I'll put the bag on top of it, and I'm just pushing it like it's a cart.
As you get ready to walk out, Veda ends up like walking like in front of you for a second, and she says, "Be seeing you, Owen Draz."
I hope
she
so.
Smiles, and then she like pats the top of the carbonite, like she knows.
All I say is, I hope so.
So as you guys are making your way, Syrinx, you and Honk are on the ship, and you watch this fucking relic from the High Republic Hammerhead Corvette like sputter its way off the lift. It's a big ship. I mean, full crew complement is like 37. But you can get it down to a pilot of 1. Shockingly enough, I learned that. I was like, what the fuck? But it's way bigger than your ship. And you get a hail from them. Lemon! You're not
What?
Lemon. Where's Lemon?
I don't know.
Who are you? Who am I speaking with?
I'm the medic.
Oh, fantastic. A Sawbones is always worth their weight in credits. Where's Lemon?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, she's in charge. She doesn't have to check in with me about where she is. Like, I have to do that. Like, you got roles reversed, buddy. Like, I don't know.
Fine. Have her hail me when she's ready. I can't cycle forever.
Okay, who should I
Breach
tell
out.
her is hailing?
He clicks out. He just says breach out.
Asshole.
Anything you guys want to do while you're on the ship alone?
I think Honk is going to, like, for sure, give some of the bonus samples to to Toby and be like, look, this stuff is amazing. You gotta figure out how to make it. You should, just saying, if you want a little research project, I know it's been rough. Like, we're out here, like, we keep getting abducted as hostages from place to place, and it's really interrupting the flow of our medical research. But, like, I think this is worthwhile. We should, like.
Doctor.
Yes.
Does this appear to be moving to you? And you see the liquid almost turning into a semi-solid and like moving against the thing.
You know what? Never mind.
You hear what sounds like wet meat slapping against metal and the sound of footsteps. As in front of the matron walks just this. It's in the shape of a person, but doesn't like have skin. It's just like muscle upon muscle upon muscle and strands built into itself.
Wow, said I had thin skin, but this is come on.
Walks by and says, "This is mine, yes." And its arm shoots out and grabs all of that, crushes what it was in, and you see that liquid move back inside of it.
Yep, I kept it safe for you. You are welcome. Hey,
she clenches her hand like this, and the pieces of the vial fall out.
Cool.
And she walks right up to Syrinx and sniffs him.
I sniff her back.
I am inside you, yes.
Don't like that. Not like that at all.
I didn't consent to that, ma'am.
But I am inside you, yes.
I've never met a worm.
You feel like inside you are like a million tiny bugs moving around, like inside you.
Oh, wait a second. I feel it right now. I feel it right now. Right there. Is that you right inside me, Tommy? Give me those little tickles.
She runs this thing that is sort of a hand across you, and you can see we're pushing on your skin little bits.
It feels real good, but it's that's really disgusting to look at, ma'am.
She like almost like before your eyes just like lengthens, like so she's bigger than you, like taller, and she looms over you. She puts her hand behind your head and pulls you to her stomach. She's that tall now. And she says, "I give you this gift, yes?" And then she lets you go and turns around. "We are leaving now, correct?" She looks right at the matron.
Oh yeah, Lemons, there's some asshole wants you to give him a call.
Oh, and you're like pushing the thing up the deal. You're like, Jesus Christ. The mate has arrived. Is it time for us to leave, yes? Before we discuss the proposal.
I need 5 minutes where no one bothers me so that I can solidify a few things and then we can leave. I need 5 minutes
That is
where no one bothers me.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Spike.
you know what?
Many
I did
bonuses
not-
to me in my pregnancy.
I signed on for a lot of weird shit. I did not sign on for MPreg, you Tumblr rejects, okay?
I love Tumblr.
I love Tumblr. It's
I mean, look, we could have all the minutes you want. I don't give a shit. I'm just
Yeah,
saying there's
that's
some asshole who wants you to call him. Like,
okay. I
don't
need
care.
to
Go,
call said
Good.
asshole, and I need
Great.
that's great.
Go.
Go, everybody.
Bye.
You realize this moment, matron?
Bye.
He's going to literally be your shadow.
Oh my god.
Do you want something like to, just cool down a bit?
Oh, and she takes the bag off the Kaminoan and she empties out like there's just pieces of armor. And you watch this being almost liquefy and then reform with the armor like built into it on top of it until it pushes its way out like it's wearing armor. Complete with a helmet. So you no longer see the face.
That's convenient.
Matron's in the background picking up the comm. He picks up, my day just got a shitload weirder, so I hope you're ready because we are leaving.
Ready to roll when you are, Captain.
Great. And when we get where we're going, don't say a thing. Okay? I appreciate
Yes, Spike.
you.
It is the same race as Dirge.
Just don't say a thing.
I love Dirge. Okay. You lock on with your tractor beam and you guys zoom into hyperspace. And you make your way to what looks like a shipyard where they're deconstructing CIS vessels. This doesn't look like your normal shipyard though. This looks like it's a you've got the government fixing vehicles, and then you've got like a well-renowned place fixing vehicles, and you have a kind of less good company fixing vehicles. Then you have like dudes fixing vehicles, and then like 2 more rungs down, you have your third cousin's uncle Jed, who is fixing vehicles out of a garage somewhere, that may or may not be his, and that's what it is. That's a setup.
That's like the DBZ abridged list. Like, it goes you, the dirt, the worms inside the dirt. Popo stool.
Yeah. If it was poop.
Tommy.
So you guys pull up to this thing, and Elasmo says, I'll handle the communication. Once we dock, then we might have to, make a show of it. And you're standing there in the cockpit, and standing over your shoulder is the Gendai as Nyx. Nyx Auras, who you sort of freed on an Imperial frigate, who also tried to kill you guys. And your son launched her out an airlock at one point, and which did not kill her.
Yep. Great job, Quinn. Pain in the ass.
She says, this means killing, yes?
What do you want?
She reaches out with her elongated arm and shuts the door to the bridge. You will help me. I did not kill your offspring when I could have. Yes?
Yes.
I am reaching the end of my life cycle. Years and years and years of this have led me to the moment where I have chosen my time of death. But I carry a seed. I carry my offspring. You are a mother, yes.
A few times over, yes.
I will be a mother, but only for a short time. And then I will find my death. You will protect my seed. Yes.
Why me?
She flips back the helmet, and you can see her face. And you can tell, like, her face looks far less, like, terrifying at this moment. Like, she's purposely softening it. You birthed capable offspring.
Debatable.
They're not dead.
Valid.
Capable enough to force me to take measures. It is impressive. Also, you helped, whether with purpose or not, free me from the tortures I was enduring from the Empire. Yes. I could have killed you and your party if I was in this state and not in the state I was in at that time. Yes. But I could not. So I did not. Impressive. I am going away. Yes. So who else is left to raise my seed? Yes.
How long are we talking here? Because I kind of like the empty nest thing.
I do not know. Yes.
You don't know. So you don't know the time frame.
When we heal, we lose.
Okay.
She uses like a data pad, and sort of you tell like there's something not right here. It's like this talking to someone who has TBI, who has a bad TBI. And in her broken script, she explains that the more Jedi heal, the more it leaves like scar tissue. And since they're just one giant ball of muscle, that includes like their cognitive skills. So it's not that she's like hiding something. She literally can't figure out how to remember it or even answer it anymore.
Gotcha. So
that's another reason you get the impression that she probably wasn't always like this. Yes, at the end of every sentence. Sadly.
Sure.
This is more like just like she is literally at the end of her line. And you're getting the impression she has no desire just to turn literally into a monster.
Yeah. All right. I understand.
Callin's new theme song should be Space Worms. Well, I grew up on my planet growing space worms. Space worms could always be found. I can't remember the name of the band who plays it. I love that fucking song. It's weird, like space country. Look it up. It's great. So she looks and she says, so we have come to agreement, yes?
Yeah.
Then this one will help you. Yes. And she removes her hand from the door, basically the locking mechanism, and the doors open up. And I'm assuming probably, if not all of you, at least Owen is standing in front of the door, like, open the door. And she walks by. And she just looks down at you, Owen, and she has her helmet up. And like I said, she has forced her muscles to look like softer features. And she says, you are mate Owen. Yes. Like she's like saying it not to like say like you, that's you. It's more like I'm saying it because I need to remember who you are.
Yes.
And then she walks up to Honk and she looks down. And then she like literally flattens her form out as much as she can in her armor. So she gets shorter. And she says, who are you? Yes.
Oh, I'm Honk. I'm the medic. I'm the medic and a hostage. I'm mostly the medic. Actually, mostly a hostage, but partly the medic. I don't know. You know, it's like 60-40. It's close.
Nyx does not care for doctors. Yes.
Cool.
And then she leans down and she says, but you seem tolerable. Yes.
I'll take it.
And she walks over to Syrinx and she again pulls you uncomfortably close. And she says, and you are son. And that's where we'll stop.
Oh, come on.
So
great. I got a belly full of worms, all jacked up and full of worms, which is a great horror movie if everyone wants to watch it.
All jacked up and full of worms.
That's the real title of a real movie.
Really?
It's very fun. Yeah, all jacked up and full of worms.
That sounds amazing.
It came out.
100 Beavers is on free, I think.
Oh my God! Yes, go watch that. That is whimsical and wonderful.
I haven't watched it yet. I plan on watching it this weekend. It looks.
It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, it's so good.
Highly recommend. Everybody who I know has watched it. Been like it's like watching a Looney Tunes in live action. It is insane.
It's so wonderful that the people who made that movie thought of that premise and then also took the time to make it happen, because it's so silly stupid that it shouldn't be, but it is, and it's so wonderful for it. And they nail it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Everything I've watched about it, I've been like, I gotta fucking watch this movie.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Where can people find you?
Hey everybody, you can find me tomorrow. I am going to be doing Meng on Meng from Great Wolf Lodge. I brought some Lego sets with me, so I'll be building some Lego here. And then next week you can find me doing some on Thursday. Oh, Spooky Boy. I don't know if we figured out what we're gonna do yet, but
we have not figured out what we're talking about yet.
We'll figure it out. And then Sundays.
I was like, we should talk about Immortal Hulk, but now I'm reading American Vampire, and I've been like,
if you want to talk about American Vampire, I will. We should do American Vampire and supplement it with Near Dark and maybe John Carpenter's Vampires.
I would be down to talk about like that style.
Yeah, all right.
I would say if you're out there and you like horror comics that are really well written, man, American Vampire is good. I don't know how.
Yeah, it's Stephen King, I believe, and Scott Snyder.
King wrote the half of the first trade.
Story by kind of more or less. Yeah, it's wonderful.
According to Snyder, the main character is far more Stephen King than people were led to believe. because King got a hold of it and went bonkers, and he was like,
that Skinner is crazy.
It makes
He's a
me
very complicated.
Yeah, it makes me desperately want to run a horror-oriented Western because it is between that and Sixth Gun, which is also a great comic with like horror Western. They're both great.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Yeah,
Yep.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I'll go next. Sure, why not? Hi, I'm Warrior. You can find me online in most places at Warrior MN. You can also find me on Blue Sky at Warrior. I will be here next Monday for Chaos Guard? ? Yes. Okay. And then
if we get 4 players, it'll be the long way to Ghost episode. If we get 3, it'll be another. Hey Ben, let's just do it on the fly.
Hey.
Which was super fun last time.
It was super fun. We met a cool mouse, so I'm into it either way.
I have to do a riff on the Vargolak part of Black Sunday, which is one of my favorite Bava movies and one of my favorite Boris Karloff movies. It was fucking fun.
Yeah. So I'll be here for that, and then I'll be here on the 24th for Down in Outlands.
Yeah.
And then we go right back to the first. We get Down in Outlands 2 weeks in a row. Pew, 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 pew.
Boo, 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 boo.
That's it. That's all you get.
All you get.
That's all you get. That's all. Be happy.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
Be grateful. Be thankful. Count your blessings.
Oh my God. Hi, I'm tired. I'm Shan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm tired. No, it's okay. It was just a long day. I'm Shan, they series pronouns. You can find me on most socials that are not the Booker Face because I'm not there anymore.
Hey, good for
Wonderful. I love not being on that site. You can find me at the Rainbow Beach, BEECH. So when we have Down in Outlands, you can definitely catch me there. Excited for that because I'll be playing a new character. So that'll be super fun. Stoked for that. And you can continue to catch me for some Star Wars shenanigans. And I have an idea for something in the near future. I have an idea. But we'll see. And I will be nowhere next week because we're going to Disneyland.
You're like, I'm Star Wars and even harder than I Star Wars tonight.
We're literally going to Star Wars super hard next week. We're going to Pride Night at Disneyland. We're going to the after hours Pride Night party.
Nice.
So
Hell yeah.
And then I come back and literally get ready. So if you're going to be at Twin Cities Pride, also I will be there in official capacity with my day jobs. So if you see me at Loring Park, stop by and say hey. I'll be there.
Oh man, Molotov. Thank you. You're a good egg. Bomb us to you. And also to all of you.
And then with you.
And then with you.
And with you.
It's like I don't say Good Who's Night or God Bless You anymore. I just say Godzilla. I say Godzilla. And Cassandra responds by saying Gojira. And then I say, and also with you.
And also.
We're those fucking people.
All right, I am ONY_Draz on Twitch and on Twitter and on the Blue Skies. And I too will be, doing a Star Wars next week in Disneyland. And
I want videos of you guys raising hell at Star Wars. That's fucking awesome.
Oh,
yes.
That'll happen.
It'll happen.
Definitely happen.
Trust.
Sometimes you can find me. I missed Fangang last Friday because I was kind of down and out.
Doug says he would like to Fangang again this Friday.
I'll do it.
I might be able to pull this Friday. I should be able to pull this Friday.
I have physical therapy on Monday, so my back will be totally corrected, hopefully. So yeah, man, I'll totally be in for it.
I will warn you both. Doug and I might have gone crazy.
Wait, what happened?
We might have forecasts and stuff.
What? Why would you have 4 castles when you just need one and it can teleport?
Yeah, because it's easier to teleport inside a castle where you're protected. Because especially Gloomrot to the north, you need a fucking castle. And where our castle is, there's a permanent lightning storm. So you need a fucking castle.
Why not? Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
I would like to toss out an idea for a future Bad at Games, as there are 2 games that I think could be a lot of fun for us to play. One of them is called Pilgrim.
Oh, God.
And it is basically medieval Lethal Company.
I think I know this.
Ooh.
It's wild.
I'll look that up. I've not heard.
Crazy. It gets crazy.
The second
That sounds cool.
is there is now a DLC for Dead by Daylight, Dungeons and Dragons.
Vecna.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm kind of like,
that kind of piques my interest. So
I piqued mine as well.
That's a great game, and just for the FKA spoopy contingent, we should do that game. Like that's so chock full of wonderful stuff.
I have DVD as well, so
I don't know if I've ever played it.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's really fun. It really is. I highly recommend it. It's
Friday the 13th / Bigfoot, where
you know how I feel about those games.
Yeah,
I'm terrible at them, but I fucking love them.
I think you'd like it, Ben. I really do.
Sweet. Well, I will look into grabbing that.
It's usually on sale too, like with usually a good bundle of DLC.
Dead by Daylight's $8. The D&D one is $7. The D&D DLC is $7.
You can also play as Nick Cage.
What?
What? That's fantastic.
It's wonderful. It's the best DLC. Also, there is Evil Dead. There's Chucky. There's Scream. Hellraiser.
So my question is, like, is it one of those things where everyone has to own the DLC to play it together?
Probably.
Oh,
okay. Because like what we found with V Rising is you don't. Like, because I think it's because it's all cosmetic. I bought 2 DLC and we all had access to it. So Doug has a crazy Plague Doctor coffin now. It's really fucking cool.
Ooh.
I'm sad I didn't go, oh, Doug, you can have the fancy Imperial coffin. I want this coffin. He was like, no, I want the Plague Doctor coffin. I was like, I fucking hate it.
Oh, also, one more kind of Bad at Games. Killer Clowns from Outer Space is now out.
I got it. It's fantastic. It's so fun. And yes, Molotov, happy Pride, everybody. Happy Pride.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true. Sorry. It's just how I feel about things. If you get that Sam Squatch in there, I gotta like at least talk about it. Okay. Let me see. Sorry, I was looking at Steam stuff and be like, oh God, I got enough. Put your money on
good.
So you can find me tomorrow night here. I've got like 10 boxes to open. It's stupid. I saved up a bunch of boxes to open since I still can't get to all my tools. I need my tools. I need my duct tape and my cords. What are these for, Dennis? They're my tools. Sex stuff. You know. Dennis, are you killing people? No. Sex stuff. Okay, Dennis.
Okay, Dennis.
So I'm going to open a bunch of Motu stuff tomorrow night, including a playset, but not Eternia. Not just yet. We have to wait for that one. And then I will be back on Friday because I think it sounds like we're going to be rising again. So Doug and I will we'll definitely be here because Doug's like chomping at the bit. But maybe we'll go fight some. Maybe we'll go into Dracula's lands and tell him to fuck off. I don't know, but it'll be like a drive-by telling him to fuck off. It's like when you drive by somebody's house and go, "Fuck you," keep on driving. That's what it'll be like. But yeah, Also, we can totally like make you guys the best equipment now. Not the very best, but good equipment. So we're all like at 900 hit points and shit like that. And then next Sunday we will be prep school, and then Monday is Chaos Scar. And then next Thursday, it sounds like we're gonna talk about vampires, son. Thank you guys for coming on and playing and putting up with absolute madness. I enjoy the fact that I had notes and like beats and everything, and then like 20 minutes into this game, I was like, we'll see what happens.
It was great. Just for me, I loved playing this game again with everyone. Like, I really missed everybody here. This is a great group, and it was wonderful. I'm really happy we all got together.
I had a conversation on Sunday where I said, the Jedi game should feel like that kind of big, space fantasy type of thing. And I said, my goal with this now is for it to feel as down and dirty as possible. I was like, if they never deal with a bigwig in the Empire again, I'm fine. They can kill hundreds of stormtroopers. I'm fine with that. Or not even stormtroopers, just hundreds of dudes in suits. But it's like, it should feel like, let's go do some dastardly shit. And I feel like that's that to me is got the vibe, and you guys brought the vibe hard tonight, and I fucking loved it. Also, I got to throw in a little bit of horror, and you know me, anytime I get to inject just a little bit of horror.
It was wonderful.
Thank you guys. Shannon and Richard have not a good time.
Yes.
Fucking best time. Colin, I'll see you tomorrow night. I'm Warrior.
For sure.
Warrior, put them fucking guns away.